Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my second lesson from my car. Obviously this lesson is not really planned. I simply have some time, so I prepared a list of a few expressions, very British phrases, expressions that you can use in your everyday life. And as well as that, I'll be teaching you the pronunciation, connected speech, sort of these things. Just in case you don't know me, right? So my name is Abraham. I'm a British English teacher, voice and accent coach. I teach British English, particularly the RP accent, the standard received pronunciation, the voice of authority. Now, if you wish to book one-to-one lessons with me, head over to my website, berberenglish.com, and book your package and become my student and embark on this journey and sound very elegant in no time. Right. Well, sort of, look, this video is not going to be edited, right? I'm speaking very naturally in front of the camera. I might make a couple of mistakes, of course, because I am, although I am the best teacher in the world, but there is always room for improvement. Now, the first expression or phrase I'd like to teach you is, I probably wouldn't have done that myself. I probably wouldn't have done that myself. Now, breaking that down, I probably, now the most important sound here is the R as in doctor. I probably wouldn't have. The word have is a function word, a word that is not very important when we speak fast. So instead of saying, I wouldn't have done that myself, I would say, I wouldn't have. I probably wouldn't have done that myself. And look at that, myself. So the main stress on the self is on the self. In myself is on the self. Learn it as it is. You don't necessarily need to understand all the grammar aspects or the grammar points in here. Simply learn it as it is. We call that language acquisition, and it's very important, especially for people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, middle-aged people, because our brains, look, we really can't learn vocabularies. I'm not talking about the English vocabulary, I'm talking about words and terms generally in any field, in any subject, as fast as a child does, because we are multitasking. So what we do, we basically learn things as they are. That is the easiest approach. Acquire it as it is. I probably wouldn't have done that myself. Right, repeat after me. I probably wouldn't have done that myself. So the tonic is the most important word in a sentence, right? On which the stress falls. I probably wouldn't have done that myself. So we stress the done here. I probably wouldn't have done that myself. I probably wouldn't have done that myself. Learn it as it is. Number 2, that's actually much harder than it looks. Right? That's actually much harder than it looks. That's actually, it looks like actually, but we just say actually, not actually. Right? Now nobody says it like that, at least in RP. Actually, that's actually much harder, with the R sound as in fast and basket, right? Much harder than it looks, right? Than it looks. It's very important to play with your melody because that shapes the way you speak, right? That's actually much harder than it looks. And in the word harder, although we have 2 R's in this word, both are silent. Now the reason why, if you really insist, the first R is followed by a consonant sound, which is the D sound. Obviously the R becomes silent. And at the end of the word, right? Harder. The R sound is followed by nothing. Or in here, it is followed by another word which begins with a consonant sound, the TA sound, the voiced TA sound, the. So we don't get the R, right? I've explained that in my course, and of course, if you wish to be my one-to-one student, if you wish to be my friend, head over to my website, berberenglish.com, and book lessons with me. Just in case you don't know, I have, I believe, 2.4 million followers on Instagram and almost 100,000 followers on Facebook. I just began my journey there in March 2026, a couple of months ago. And believe it or not, I have acquired around 100,000 people so far, which is to my surprise. So that's actually harder than it looks. Right, the T sound, which is very sharp. It's an unvoiced consonant and it's very sharp, but in here it's glottalized. It looks. That's actually harder than it looks. Right. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't really mean it like that. Can you hear it? We play with our melody, right? We play with it, go up and down, rising, falling. I didn't really mean it like that. Now, Russians can't get it for some reason, and I don't know why. It's so simple. Play with your melody all the time, right? I didn't. Of course, we can say did not, or didn't, but it sounds very unnatural to me. I would say didn't. So that is a nasal plosive consonant, which is not very easy to learn, but just bear in mind. Now, the word really has a diphthong, ear. Really. Not rarely or rarely or really. No. Really. Ear. Really. I didn't really mean it like that. So the T here is pronounced, but if you wish to speak fast, it becomes, I didn't really mean it like that. Mean it like that. The glottal T, which is very important in connected speech and linking sounds. I didn't really mean it like that. Just learn it as it is and use it as much as you possibly can. Number 4, ladies and gentlemen, you're more than welcome to join us. Russians would probably say, "Добрый пожаловать," right? You're more than welcome to join us. So, you are becomes your, even yeah. You more. Instead of you are more or you're more. It's a function word, a word that is not very important when we speak fast. You're more than welcome to join us. We are very special species, right? So we need to fall down with our intonation to sound very welcoming, sort of weaker, and very obliging as well. So you can join me, right? Fall down, just like animals. So you're more than welcome to join us, not join us. That would be a question now. Are you joining us? Many people in the UK would get the word us as us, but I find that terribly, well, look, it doesn't sound very natural to me sometimes when I say, oh, join us. Possibly certain people in, the north of England, possibly around those areas, right, working class people. But in RP, we say, you're more than welcome to join us. This diphthong is very important. Join, oin, not join, oin. You're more than welcome to join us. You're more than welcome. The word than is another function word that becomes than. You're more than welcome to join. Even the word to becomes to. It's a lot of function words in the English language. We have certain important words in our sentences. So if I only said, right, if I now say, welcome, join us, you'll probably understand me, won't you? So that is why those function words don't carry that much of sort of importance. So you're more than welcome to join us. Welcome to join us. Next one, ladies and gentlemen, that's not exactly what I was trying to say. That's not exactly what I was trying to say. That's not exactly what I was trying to say. That's not exactly what I was trying to say. Right. That's not exactly, so exactly is a tonic, what I was trying to say. That's not exactly what I was trying to say. So in posh English, we don't really stress the not word or the negative word here. I've never done that. Can you hear it? We don't stress the never, the no, the not. Why? Because we like to sound courteous, polite, not rude. So that's not exactly what I was trying to say. So was becomes was, to becomes to. These are function words, and the word trying is a little tricky in here. The reason why is simply because the T and the R combine, and we have the tr sound. What I was trying to say. What I was trying to say. Trying, not drying or drying or drawing or drawing. You don't have to do that, right? Copy me, mimic me, and learn. That's not exactly what I was trying to say. That's not exactly what I was trying to say, right? Sorry, that's not exactly what I was trying to say. Good. And the last word, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I won't be able to make it. I'm afraid I won't be able to make it. Now, the most important word here is the word won't, because there's a distinctive difference between want, I want to go, and I won't go. Wo, owned, with a diphthong, the O, the schwa sound, and the oh, won't. The other one, which means to desire, to long for something, I want, oh, as in doctor, but this one is won't. Now compare, want, won't, I want it, I won't be able to make it. I'm afraid, which means sorry, right? Please forgive me, I'm sorry, but I won't, right? But instead of saying sorry, which sounds very repetitive and boring, we can say I'm afraid, or I fear I won't be able to make it, or I'm afraid I won't be able to make it. Have you noticed? Now I said be able. What does be able mean? Well, look, be and able, and we push them together and it becomes be able. That is called the intrusive y. B and a. Well, look, B finishes with a certain vowel sound. Able begins with a diphthong a, as in day and hey and may. Now we combine them together because in the English language it's very difficult to move from a vowel to another, especially when a certain word finishes or ends with a certain vowel sound. We've got 22 vowels, actually 20 vowels and 2 semivowels, and the following word begins with another vowel sound. It's very difficult to connect them. We would make a pause or stop. I would, for example, say, I'm afraid I won't be able to make it. You see, we slow down, we stop. We don't want this in fast speech. So we say, I'm afraid I won't be able to make it. To becomes to. It's a function word. Now we know this by now. Right, a quick lesson, 15 minutes. I'll try to do more of these lessons in the future. But if you like this kind of teaching style, do let me know in the comment section below. And also, don't forget to join my one-to-one lessons. Head over to my website, berberenglish.com. Well, they're quite costly though, not very cheap. But if you are committed, if you are determined, and if you are sort of a perseverant person, then head over to my website, book lessons with me, become my student, and let us begin or commence this journey. Goodbye.